Students, welcome back. Let's start our new chapter, chapter 2, acids, bases and salts. All the compounds on the basis of chemical properties are classified as acid, bases and salt. In small classes, you have studied about the properties of acid and bases, like acid are sour in taste, bases are bitter in taste. They turn blue litmus into red, they bases turn red litmus into blue. But in this class we will see in detail what is acids and bases and salt, and detail about the indicators also. So let's start with acid. So acid, what is the definition of acid? An acid is defined as a substance which when dissolved in water gives hydrogen ions are called acids. For example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, some organic acid like acetic acid, citric acid. These are the examples of acid. Now, properties of acid. You have already know about the properties of acid. They have sour taste. They turn blue litmus into red. What is the litmus? Litmus is a type of indicator. They conduct electricity in their solution. If we will make the aqueous solution of acid, so they will conduct the electricity. They are corrosive. Corrosive means they are causing damage. They are soluble in water. So these are the physical properties of acids. Chemical properties we will study later on in detail. Now, types of acids. On the basis of source, acids are of two types: mineral acid and organic acid. Mineral acids are the acids which are obtained from rocks and minerals. For example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Organic acid. Organic acids are obtained from plants and animals. For example, citric acid, tartaric acid, etc. Now, second type, on the basis of ionization. Ionization means when they dissolve in water, up to what extent they will release H plus ion. On the basis of that, they are of two types: strong acids and weak acids. The acids which are ionized fully, or the extent of ionization is more, are known as strong acid. And the weak acid, the acids whose extent of ionization is less, or which produce lesser amount of H plus ion, they are called weak acids. For example, strong acid, for example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, weak acid, acetic acid. These are the examples of strong and weak acid. On the basis of amount of acid present in aqueous solution, on the basis of that, they are of two types: dilute acid and concentrated acid. Dilute acid is the acid in which the amount of acid is less, or the amount of hydronium ion concentration is less. So that is known as dilute acid, and the amount of acid is more. The solution in which the amount of acid is more are called concentrated acid. For example, concentrated hydrochloric acid or more aqueous solution can be called as dilute dilute hydrochloric acid, that is dilute acid. Now we will move to base. Firstly, the definition of base. A base is defined as substance which when dissolved in water gives hydroxide ion, OH minus ion. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, these all are the bases. Now, properties of bases. They have bitter taste. They are soapy in touch. they turn red litmus into blue. They conduct electricity in solution and they are also corrosive. Now there are two type of base, only two type of base, strong base and weak base. Strong base are the bases which on ionization gives less more number of OH minus ion, which produces more hydroxide ion in its aqueous solution. They are called strong base. And the weak base, the substance which produce lesser number of hydroxide ion are called weak base. For example of strong base, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and example of weak base, ammonium hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide. These are the weak bases. Here I have said that they are soluble in water, but in case of bases, some bases are soluble in water and some are not. So the water soluble bases are called alkalis. The bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are soluble in water. There is one proverb, very famous proverb, all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. I am explaining this. All alkalis are bases. The bases which are dissolved in water, they are bases, but all bases do not dissolve in water. For example, copper hydroxide, iron hydroxide and aluminium hydroxide do not dissolve in water. That means they are not alkalis, but they are bases. Now we will see what are indicators. Indicators are the substances that change their color or odor on adding in acidic or alkaline solution. Indicators are the substance which indicate whether the substance is acidic or basic. There are three types of indicator. First one is natural indicator, synthetic indicator and olfactory indicator. Natural indicators are the indicators which are obtained from the natural things like plants. Synthetic indicators are the indicators, man-made indicators. They are prepared in laboratory. Olfactory indicators are the indicators which are known by their change in odor. Their odor is changed in acidic or basic medium. Their colors are changed. So some indicators with their characteristics, color and odor. We will see here what happened. Firstly, the examples of natural indicator: litmus, red cabbage juice, turmeric. Examples of synthetic indicator: phenolphthalein, methyl orange. Examples of olfactory indicator: vanilla essence, onion, clove, oil. Now we will see how they behave with acidic medium and basic medium. It means their color and odor, how present in acidic and basic medium. Litmus. Litmus shows red color in acidic medium and blue color in basic medium. Turmeric. Turmeric shows yellow color in acidic medium and reddish brown color in basic medium. Now phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein shows colorless in acidic medium and pink in basic medium. Methyl orange. Methyl orange shows red color in acidic medium and yellow color in basic medium. Suppose we will take acidic solution in a test tube and we will add few drops of methyl orange. So it will show red color. If we will take basic solution in a test tube and we will add few drops of methyl orange, it will show yellow color. The color of basic solution becomes yellow. So it will indicate that the solution present in a test tube is basic solution. Like this we will use these indicators. Now vanilla essence. Vanilla essence you know very well, using at your home in preparing cakes. They are having characteristic smell. They are known by their smell. So in acidic medium their smell persists, means their characteristic smell remain same, but in basic medium their smell disappear. Now onion having also having characteristic smell. So in acidic medium their smell persist, and in basic medium smell disappear. Clove oil is also having their characteristic smell. So in acidic medium characteristic smell can be detected, but in basic medium characteristic smell cannot be detected. So these are the indicators which are mentioned in your NCERT book, and these are only useful for your 10th class. More are there, but you have to study this much only. Now we will see the chemical properties of acids and bases. First chemical property, reaction of acids and bases with metals. How acid and bases reacts with metals. So firstly we will see the reaction of acid and metal. When acid reacts with metal, I am giving the general equation. Generally they react to form salt, and generally they release hydrogen gas. We will see the example in your book. It is given in the form of activity. We will take about 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in a test tube, and we will add this to the another test tube containing zinc granules. So here zinc is the metal. When reacts with sulfuric acid, it will form zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. We can see so many examples like this. I have given you the general equation. Now if we will see the reaction of base with metals. So in general they do not react, but no reaction in general. But some strong bases like NaOH and KOH reacts with metals like zinc or aluminium. They form salt and releases hydrogen gas. Let's we see strong bases like NaOH or KOH. We will see NaOH is the strong base. When reacts with zinc, it will produce sodium zincate, hydrogen gas is released. Similarly with aluminium plus sodium hydroxide plus water gives sodium meta-aluminate. This is the salt. This is sodium meta-aluminate, and this is sodium zincate. So some strong bases react with some metals like zinc and aluminum to produce salt and hydrogen gas. So these are the chemical behavior of acid and bases with metals. Now we will move to next chemical property. Now next reaction, chemical property, reaction of metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates with acids only. We will see the reaction. Metal carbonates like sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonates, this sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, these are the carbonates, these are the salts. बाइकार्बोनेट्स, सोडियम बाइकार्बोनेट, देन आपका कैल्शियम बाइकार्बोनेट. So these are the bicarbonates. How these carbonates and bicarbonates react with acid, we will see. See here, firstly, this is also given in your book in the form of activity. In one of the test tube, we will take about 0.5 gram of any metal carbonate like sodium carbonate, and in another test tube we will take about 0.5 gram of hydrogen carbonate salt. We will take solid form, then not in aqueous form. Then we will add some dilute H2SO4 or dilute HCl to it. So what we will observe here, how they will react. So firstly I am giving the general equation how they will react. Any metal carbonate or bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate, both are same. Reacts with acid. This is the general equation. They generally produce salt plus water plus carbon dioxide gas. This carbon dioxide gas we will see in the form of brisk effervescence. Brisk effervescence observation we will see here. Brisk effervescence means very rapid and vigorous evolution of gas. So I am taking example sodium carbonate when reacts with HCl, dilute hydrochloric acid, it will produce sodium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. This will be the reaction. This is the reaction in first test tube, and how metal hydrogen carbonate in another test tube. In another test tube we have taken sodium bicarbonate when reacts with hydrochloric acid, it will produce plus water plus carbon dioxide. See, so this is the reaction. We can do it with calcium carbonate also, calcium bicarbonate also. When this gas is evolved, so how we will test the presence of this carbon dioxide gas? We will test the presence of this carbon dioxide by passing, just when this gas will evolve, we will just pass it through the lime water. What is lime water? Lime water is the calcium hydroxide. When this carbon dioxide gas is passed through it, the lime water turns milky. We will see the milkiness in the lime water. That milkiness is of the white precipitate of calcium carbonate. Actually, white precipitate is formed there. So we have seen that in the form of milkiness. If we will supply more carbon dioxide here, it means excess of carbon dioxide when passed through the lime water, so the milkiness disappear. Why the milkiness disappear? Because of the formation of calcium bicarbonate, and calcium bicarbonate is soluble. That's why the milkiness disappears. So what reaction occurs here? This is calcium bicarbonate which is soluble in water, hence milkiness disappear. So this is another chemical property of acid. Now we will see the reaction of acid and base with each other. In first chapter I have already explained about the reaction of acid and base as in the form of neutralization reaction I have explained. So what will be the general equation? Whenever acid reacts with base, always it forms salt and water. This is known as neutralization reaction. For example, hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, salt plus water will form. Okay, now next chemical reaction. Reaction of metallic oxide with acids. You know what are metallic oxides? In first chapter you have seen magnesium burns in air and becomes magnesium oxide, that is metallic oxide. Magnesium oxide is the metallic oxide, calcium oxide is the metallic oxide. So how they react with acid? Generally, in general, metal oxide reacts with acid, they form salt plus water. So what will be the nature of metallic oxide? You see here. Compare this equation with this equation. Metallic oxide plus acid, salt plus water. It means the nature of metallic oxide is basic in nature. Base react with acid to form salt and water. So always metallic oxide are basic in nature and they generally react with acid. They do not react with bases. So I am giving example of this. Calcium oxide is the metallic oxide when react with hydrochloric acid, calcium chloride plus water will form. So this is the metallic oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. This is the salt named as calcium chloride and water is formed. Now next is the last chemical properties. Reaction of non-metallic oxide with base. Non-metallic oxide, general reaction, non-metallic oxide whenever reacts with base, they form salt and water. So what is the nature of non-metallic oxide? Acidic in nature. Acid react with base, form salt and water. I am giving you example. Non-metallic oxide like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. These are the non-metallic oxides. When reacts with sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium carbonate plus water. So this is the reaction of non-metallic oxide with base. So till here I have explained physical property, what is acid, what is base, physical properties of acid and base, and chemical properties of acids and base. Now it is time for homework. You have to do in-text question 1, 2 and 3 of page number 22 in your rough copy, and exercise question number 5 in your rough copy. Besides that, you have to write 5 examples of each chemical properties. Like the example I have given, reaction of acid with metal. So you have to write 5 example of reaction of acid with metal. You can take any acid and any matter. Like this you have to write 5 example of each chemical properties in your rough notebook. Now in my next video I will come with the next topic. Bye.